Hello, so we have some problems here that we're going to need to sketch a graph for a situation. We want to label the graph. So sometimes these can be a little bit challenging because we're not quite sure what two quantities we're comparing. So I'm going to help you on number 8, but you can see as I have written on 8, 9, and 10, it's going to be really helpful for us to know what our horizontal axis is labeled, what it means, and then our vertical axis, which is y, what that means. And we're used to maybe seeing time and amount or one word descriptions of our x and y variables. If we are a bit more descriptive about our x and y variables, it's going to help us do a better job at graphing this situation. So I read number 8 and I said Sherry read 1/3 of a book and then she went to bed. The next day she finished reading the entire book. And this one was kind of challenging for me because I was thinking about the two things that we're comparing. So we're comparing time is passing, and the amount of the book that Sherry has read increases. So when I described my x variable, I said, let's make it the number of hours that have passed after beginning the book, because she's going to read 1/3 of the book before she goes to bed. I don't know how long this book is. Maybe it's 500 pages, maybe it's 50 pages, maybe it's 5 pages, who knows? We don't know how old Sherry is, but I'm assuming that it's an average book. Okay, so the number of hours passed after beginning the book, and then she finished reading the entire book the next day. So this is what I said. Okay, when time is 0, she hasn't read any of the book. And then she starts reading the book, and she's going to read 1/3 of the book. So I'm going to say, you know what, this was one of those really good books. Wasn't super duper long, but it took quite a bit of time. So she started reading the book, and maybe 10 hours later, she got through 1/3 of the book. So I'm going to say that maybe this is 1/3 of the book, and this is 2/3 of the book, and this is the entire book. So 100% of the whole book. So we'll say that when time is 0, maybe 10 hours later, she got done with 1/3 of the book. And I'm going to say she read at a constant rate. Now, I connected those two dots because in between 0 hours and 10 hours, she was reading the book. So I could say at 5 hours, how much of the book was read. At 7 hours, how much of the book was read. Then she goes to sleep, right? So she goes to sleep, and 1/3 of the book is what's read, and she's no longer reading. So it's not like I can say, okay, I'm going to continue with the graph here. She goes to sleep, and let's just say she gets a good 10 hours sleep. 10 hours sleep, she wakes up the next day, and where does she start? She starts right back where she left off. She opens up that book to where the bookmark was, and boom, there she is. And then she's going to finish the book. So she's going to read another 2/3 of the book. So I'm going to say she was going to read it at the same rate she read it the previous night. And there we go. So there's 2/3. So look at this. This right here. Here, I'm going to draw this. Make it a little bit longer just so that I can have a hook to. This is 1/3. And then look, this is 2/3 of the book, right? So 1/3, 2/3 of the book. Let's erase that because we don't want that there. Let's erase that because it's not even gonna let me erase it. There we go. Good. Okay, so that I think would be a good graph for this problem. I'm gonna do it all in red. This way this graph is in red, right? Now, if you didn't get it, it's okay. Hopefully you understand now. The reason that these two are not connected is because she went to sleep. It wasn't like the book was sitting there open and she was reading that page. She had it open to that page. She closed the book, went to sleep, did something else, and then opened the book back up again and started reading away. Okay? And there you go. There's the whole book that's been read. And that's number 8. So if you went, okay, I might be able to give number 9 a try, give number 9 a try. I'm going to try and make a video for number 9 so that if you get stuck with number 9 or you want to come back and check your answer with the video, you can come back and do that.